I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co. and gosh darn, it feels good to be filming a video in my studio. You see, I've been gone for 9 days, and granted, the weird part about the way I film videos and when they go up is this might not be, probably isn't, the first video you're seeing for when I'm back. In fact, you probably barely noticed that I'm actually gone because I had videos going up the entire week. But you probably do know, if you watch enough of my videos, that I just went to UKGE, followed by visiting Game Found in Poland and Wrocław, and so between travel time and between both of those two things, I was basically gone for the last 9 days, which is the longest I've been away for a very, very long time. I think I've done 7 days. I do like 5 days all the time. 7 days I've done here or there. 8 I might have. 9 is the longest I've been gone in a while. But that's what happens when you have 2 international trips back to back. So for me, gosh darn does it feel good to be filming a video in my studio. This is the first one I'm filming when I'm back. Speaking of which, it's the first one I'm filming when I'm back. So we're doing 2 things for you. 1, we are violently opening a knife because I thought that just made sense. Number 2, I'm going to be going over the games I came back from UKGE with. It's a very small list because, well, that goes back to the way this has worked out. Because I was going from UKGE to Poland, there were 2 flights from UKGE. It was a 2-flighter trip to go from Birmingham to Wrocław. It requires 2 planes. Then from Wrocław back to Cleveland requires 3 planes. Any games I picked up at UKGE were going to be traveling on 5 planes to get back to where I need, and you can't just check a bag because it would have reduced the amount of trips from 5 down to 3 because you have to transfer your checked bags when you're entering the US anyway, so that's just way too much to justify bringing home a lot of things. So I have a tiny amount of stuff that I brought home. I'll tell you exactly why I came back with each thing. Some of the reasons are better than others, so we're going to go into those shortly. Then when we're done with that, we're going to go open all the boxes that are here that I came back with. I mean, I'll start by opening them and then seeing whether they are even remotely interesting. I think that they are all board games because 97% of the packages I get here are board games. Some of them are not. Before we get into all of that, a note and a shout out to our channel sponsor, Allplay. If you go to allplay.com, you can find a variety of things, including this board game table. Well, not this one. This is a custom made one from Allplay, but you can find board game tables from Allplay. You can find the shelves behind me, and you can find a variety of playmats, board games, board game bags, all of that and more. Head to allplay.com. With that, let's start. I don't know why I violently opened that knife. We're going to do that in the second half of the video. Let's start by going through the games that I came back with. And starting off with, I don't know, no particular order. We have Machu Picchu, Llama Chaos Coming at You. Now this one, let's zoom in a drop more. Is the camera zoomed in? I'm realizing, is it not? Is it to zoom? Let's see. Will it zoom? Nope. Is it set to zoom? Let's go to auto. There we go. It wasn't an autofocus, so we fixed that. Okay, this is Machu Picchu. The reason I have this is because it's a small box game. I have more tolerance to small box games, and it was at the media night that they had. They had a media night the night of UKG, or the night before UKG, Wednesday night, Thursday night, that's the one. This was there, and it looked like the kind of game my kids would enjoy. One of those games where you slap things down, you have to react based on the things, including things like saying Machu Picchu. You have on the back here, some cards say Machu Picchu, and so you go ahead and get the whole order, and you slap the deck. But there's other things you're trying to match as well, the various accessories. It's a cute little real-time game. I'm sure it'll go up in one of my, roundup reviews, 6 small box games. It got a little beat up over here because it just got crushed. Like, what is on this? There's like gunk on this, and I don't even know what the gunk is from. I don't think it's from their copy. I assume it's from me somewhere, somehow. Anyways, that's game number 1. Then we have, in order from, I'm trying to think what order to go in here. We'll just do small to large, I guess. We have Kyoto No Keneko. This is a small box card game over here. Card game. It's a micro game, basically. The thing that intrigued me about this is that it's a micro game set in the world of Kyoto No Keneko, or Kyoto No Keneko. That is basically a game that I played the full box game. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler, abstracted dungeon crawler. You are wandering around with cats and getting things done, but it's kind of dungeon crawler adjacent in the gameplay. So a small micro game of this, which I guess I'll rip this off over here and see. I haven't even looked at the cards at all. I haven't opened this up at all. But you have cards with the cute little artwork of them. It's from Kyoto No Keneko. Oh, that's why. I said Kyoto No Keneko, and then I read this, and I was like, wow. I was thinking to myself, I said Kyoto No Keneko, then I said Kyoto No Keneko, and then I thought to myself, I must have been saying that game wrong the entire time and only just realized. But no, the full box game is indeed called Kyoto No Keneko. This is called Kyoto No Keneko. That might probably make sense, but I have no idea what those words mean. But it's interesting. I mean, I don't know anything about the gameplay. I purely got it because of the other game. Then we have Le Roy de Ribauds, the Rogue Monarch. This game I played at Gen Con like a year and a half ago. It's not. I haven't seen it available in the US a lot, or at all for that matter. This is the first time I finally saw it. I loved this game when I played it. Now, granted, I played it one time. Okay, so I played it one time at Gen Con, again, at least 2 years ago. Not last Gen Con, either the Gen Con before last or the Gen Con before that one. One or the other. So either, I guess if Gen Con's coming up very quickly, it's either a full year and a month ago, or it's 2 years and a month ago. One of those. No. A year and a month ago, well, the year and a month ago would be last year? A little less than a year ago would be last year. So it's either nearly 2 years ago or nearly 3 years ago. That's what it is. But I thought it was a very tactical, fun little game of two-player tactical puzzle. I liked it a lot, and I saw it at UKGE and immediately grabbed that one. That's what we have as far as these, which brings us to the last smaller games. We have some smaller things to go over still. We have a early production game. I think this is final production, but early production, final production of Dragons of Etchinstone. I covered this from Chip 3 Games a while ago, and was happy to get this one, especially because of travel. Not that I ended up playing on the plane, because I started reading the rules again to refresh myself, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish watching the boys on the plane instead of reading rule books, which I can do both, but I chose to do that one. And we also have the felines of Fetch and Bone over here. This is the same idea over here. We have the felines of Fetch and Bone. It's the dog themed over here, where you're facing off against a few cats or whatnot as the various monsters that you have to face off against as you play through all these delightful, helpful cats that are trying to get the job done. It's basically set in the world of the Dragons of Etchinstone. It's just a tad different because it has dogs instead. That is what we have, dogs and cats instead. Although I don't like the idea that the cats are the villains, I say that. This game was clearly created by dog people, and I, as a cat person, resent that. And then lastly, we have 4 Shuffle Dartmoor. This was an easy one to pick up because I love 4 Shuffle. In fact, I tried to see if I can get my hands on they have the demo copy of 4 Shuffle, the new one. I can't remember what it's called, but something Valley, I can't remember what it's called. Alpine Valley, that sounds right, but I could be wrong. But the new 4 Shuffle that will be coming out, I believe, at Essen, that was being demoed at UKGE. But 4 Shuffle Dartmoor over here, an expansion. Very excited for that because I love 4 Shuffle, and I am always happy to get anything new for 4 Shuffle. Although I really would love it if they made things that were more like, you know, not just green. Not just more green would be great. Those are the small box games, which brings us to the slightly larger box games. We have, let's go through, let's do Wayfarers Tale. I had a chance to play a Wayfarers Tale as a print and play way back when. In fact, I probably could open this right now. But I played it as a print and play way back when. Ouch, that hurt. And I liked the game, but I don't keep print and plays in my collection, so it wasn't the game that I held on to. I played it, I covered it, I was like, this is a pretty good print and play, and now I'm going to move on because it's a print and play. Then it was so well received that they made it into a full game. That's a Wayfarers Tale. The journey begins over here. That's the full game they made it into, which I'm excited to dive into because I like the idea of playing multiple times whenever I've played a print and play that I really enjoy. I have wanted them to make it into a full game. This is the first time I believe that's happened. We have an ad for Tranquility over here. I love Tranquility. The Descent is very good. They have a solo campaign over here. So if you want to play this solo, there's a full campaign to go through as well. But overall, I really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to diving into it. It is a heavy box, I will warn you. Like the pads of paper, I'm assuming the weight is all from the pads of paper. Like it's just like sheets of paper over here. Well, I guess they also have the boards. But outside of the boards, they have sheets of paper. Let me go ahead and try to show you this here. These are the various pads. We got 4 different maps to go through. I am excited to dive into this one. I really enjoyed the print and play, and you know, you're wandering around. You're wandering around trying to do things better than the other people. Comes with a nice little insert with all the things you need. So overall, a solid production, and I'm excited to table and then probably cover this one again. I have to look at my original review. Whenever I cover things, like it's weird because I covered it as a print and play. I guess it deserves new coverage. I'll try to give it new coverage. Maybe we'll do a playthrough and review. We'll see. We'll figure it out. It's always a challenge to figure out how to recover things I've already covered. What's the best way to showcase something that has already been showcased in a way that it's not repetitive content, but adds value? Sometimes it means a gameplay. Sometimes it means telling you that, oh, I've added these expansions. How do I feel about those? And sometimes it's because my opinion changed based on the final game. In the case of this one, I don't know enough about, I mean, I haven't played the new one yet, so I can't say that, but like, if it went from a print and play to a final game, is that enough of a reason, or not really? We'll find out. But again, worst comes to worst, I do a gameplay and cover it that way. Anyways, that's all of these. We are not done yet. We still have 2 more to go. I'm just going to go ahead and put these off to the side over here. We'll move these down here, and then that was a mistake. Everything bounced up, so all the stuff went on the floor. We have 2 more over here. We have Etchinstone. Etchinstone over here. Very excited for this one. This is Etchinstone, not Vanguard. This is the other one, Outcast. This is Outcast from Etchinstone. I have basically everything Dice Throne to date, I believe. I did not actually back Outcast. I did back the newest one, Vanguard. Outcast is the one Dice Throne game that kind of passed me by. This one has the unclippable lid over here, so that's the new thing they're doing over here. We have our 4 Dice Throne characters, and the characters you have are going to be the Pale Lady. That was not put back right. Let me go ahead and fix this. That's going to bother me. I already showed this to my kids. Part of why I got this. So Dice Throne is a game that I'm in a weird place with Dice Throne. I always have been in a weird place with Dice Throne because this go on top. This must go on top, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, are they all like that? Did my kids put them all the way wrong? No. We have the Pale Lady over here, who turns into a werewolf. We have the Headless Horseman, who does not turn into a werewolf. Then we have over here the Ravenous, as well as the Necromancer. Those are going to be the 4 classes you play with over here. But yeah, Dice Throne is a game that I didn't pick up Outcast because I'm in this weird place with Dice Throne where I always enjoy it, but like I have so much of it I don't need more. So I skipped on Outcasts. But then I ended up backing Vanguard because it looked compelling enough. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna back Vanguard. It is what it is. I am now happy I backed Vanguard, and also picked this up at UKGE because my kids recently got super into Dice Throne, and so I was able to say, hey, I'm coming home with something for you guys. Granted, I did end up carrying this in a plastic bag across 5 flights because it was bigger than anything I could have put this into because my carry-on was already. This wasn't designed. I wasn't planning on bringing games back. I wasn't. In fact, Wayfarers Tale was like the game I was like, you know what? I can probably make that fit. It's narrow enough. I could put it into one of the sections of my carry-on. This can't fit into one of the sides of my carry-on. It could fit into my backpack, but only by making everything else severely uncomfortable. So I carried it across 5 planes on a plastic bag, 2 to Poland and 3 back to the US, and just hoped that nobody would give me a hard time about it. And they didn't. So I got away with it. That said, I was a little worried what would I do with this if they did give me a hard time, because I don't think I would have paid the ridiculous fees for a carry-on to bring this back across 5 flights. It would have been cheaper to throw it out and get it again, which would have hurt my heart, but would have made sense. It's not the best decision I've made, but one that worked out in the end. And then lastly, the one I am probably the most excited about. Is that true? Nah, I don't know. Yeah, it's the one I'm most excited about. I debated between this and 4 Shuffle Dartmoor expansion, but I think I am the most excited about. The reason I debated between 4 Shuffle Dartmoor is because Dartmoor is like an expansion to a game I love. That's reliable things that I enjoy, as opposed to, I hope I like this. But this is Red Lanterns. I believe this is from the same people who make Panda Spin, and this is their next game in a very different style box. I love the 3D-ness of the box. Absolutely love it. This is a prototype, I should note. It's a prototype that I've seen the cards. I have no idea how to play. This is going to look like a lantern. Again, prototypes, so like don't look like this is final production or anything, but the cards here have me so excited. And also there was a person at the booth. If you're watching this video, I'm sorry for that. There was a person at the booth begging to buy this prototype because they had just demoed it and he loved the game so much, and the guy's like, no, it's a prototype, we can't sell it to you. He's like, I don't care, there's a misprint here, like there's a misprint or something like that. He's like, I just want the game now before I have to wait for it. And then I walked off with it instead because I'm going to be covering it. So I felt bad about that, and he tried to buy it from me, and I said that not like seriously in front of the other guys, like it's like just I'll pay you for it. And I get it, because the game looks beautiful, but the main thing is he was telling me how much he enjoyed it. He was saying how good the game was, that it was easy to pick up, it was fairly strategic, he really enjoyed the game. I have not played the game, I do not know how the game plays. I do know what the game looks like, which it has that foiling on these cards. They did a great job with the foiling. I love the artwork, I love the foil touches on it. The gameplay I can't speak for yet, but once I get the rulebook, which I should get shortly, I will talk a bit more about that. These are the treasures, so like we have this, one of the factions above the treasures. Let's fix that over there. We got the orange cards, we got all the different colors here. And again, the art and the box and all those things have me intrigued, but the main reason I'm excited about it is because those on its own would not be enough, but if you combine that with having someone at the table who just played it, who is desperately trying to buy it because of how much he enjoyed it, that is a good reason to be excited. That's like, okay, someone else who played this game was very into it and wanted to buy a prototype just so that he can have access to the game while waiting for the final copy of the game. So I'm happy and excited about this one. And again, I love the box. Like, I think they should make a series of games that look like this in different games, obviously. But I'm excited for it. So that's Red Lanterns, coming to you soon in some way. I don't know enough details, but you can expect to see coverage on it when that does happen. That is all the stuff there, which brings us to the boxes. So boxes over here, I need to open these appropriately. I don't know, I was going to do order of least excited to most excited, but I can't do that because I don't know what's in these boxes. Well, that's not true. This box over here, I do know because I see who sent this one. This was sent to me from Board and Dice. Now, Board and Dice, they have 2 games they announced already. I can't remember the names of both of them. One of them is called Entropy, and the other one, I don't remember. So give me a second while I try to open these, because the balance is, I try to open these in a way where the addresses aren't showing, because I didn't block those out, and I don't want that information as obviously out there, we have Entropy and we have Maestro. That was the other one. So Maestro and Entropy, as well as something else. Give me a second. What is something else? We have these extras. So that is box 1 over here. And we have Maestro little things here and Maestro. So these little things are extras from Maestro. Maestro, I believe, is available to pre-order on the website right now, if I'm not mistaken. So you can check this one over here. I don't know anything about these games for the record. All I can tell you is that they are board and dice games, and that has me interested already. The Maestro is a dueling game from 1 to 4 players, with each time may be placed in by a single player or a team. Interesting. Across 4 rounds, 10 to your workshop as either Michelangelo or Da Vinci, each with unique skills and advantages. Create and exhibit masterpieces to win the favor of influential patrons and princesses. Build your own deck of cards to unlock stronger actions and outwit your rival. Will your name stand alongside the great masters or fade into the shadows of history? 1 to 4 players, 120 to 150 minutes. That's a little long. Not long, but like it's accessibility wise, like I would think based on the description this would be a little shorter, but it's not. But I'm intrigued to dive into this one. So that's 1. And then Entropy is the one that I'm more excited about, probably because of the names in the box. We have Thomas Battista, Simon Lasciani, and Nestor Mangoni, which again, if you follow these designers, plus this always looks like this, nothing against the games. This looks very standard Eurofare. And this looks like New Age Eurofare, where we try to make things a drop different and interesting in some capacity. Over here we have For Aeons, Entropy was an inescapable force of nature. Everything falls apart. But then humanity evolved to understand it, harness it, and even bend it to their purpose. Never going to happen, but I love the idea. You are to become a scientist, a member of the most revered caste. You must prove you can create new solar systems, coax stars into life, shape a range of biomes, and ultimately seed planets with life. It may only be a simulation, but its outcome will define everything that follows. Players build solar systems with stars, planets, asteroids, then fill them with life by playing cards. Players may gain various special abilities. Ooh, I love that. By adding biomes and upgrading the console, the player with the most upgrade points at the end of the game, most victory points at the end of the game, is the winner. Calling me excited for this one. I hope to dive into both of these as soon as I possibly can. That is box 1 from, well, Board and Dice. Box 2 I know as well. This, I do know what's in this. In fact, I'm going to show it to you very briefly, but I'm going to save it for the, I'm going to save it for whenever the full video for this goes up, but may as well show it to you right now. This is from Adriana Creative, if you recognize that name. They make various upgrades for games like Thunder Road's Vendetta, Western Legends, and other games. So I'm not going to heavily focus on these because that's going to be a point of the video in the future. But basically, this is a set of upgrades specifically for, we have some God pillars over here. This is for Blood Rage, basically to have the gods on these like little pillars on the board, which sounds fun. And you can have a display for the God cards. We'll show you that in another video. And then we have a variety of upgrades for Pirates of Maracaibo. We got some little cannons over here. These delightful little cannons over here. Then we have various resources, 3D printed resources, some tokens and various cannonballs and other things like that. And this is the coolest one. These are various fortresses. We will place the fortress tiles. I will show you how that all looks set up on a board in the future. But Adriana Creative, you can check them out. They have game upgrades for a variety of games. What is in this box? Let's see. This is from Weird. I don't even want to like read names. I probably should look on both sides, make sure. Games, interesting. Games for Good. Games for Good. Oh, now I wonder. I think I know what this is. So the thing that's confused by is, if you haven't heard of Games for Good is run by, I don't know if it's run by, but it's from the people who did Oathsworn, Shadowborn Games. They do this charity called Games for Good. They have involved a bunch of companies in that charity. And basically, the basic idea is some degree of like the profit or money raised and whatnot of these games goes towards Games for Good, which is a charity that they kind of run. It's the games you buy, and then it goes towards good. Now, I was confused by this because who was shipping me something from Games for Good? And then I realized this is probably the thing, because they reached out to me and they want to know if I could help support this in some way. This is a very heavy box. Give me a second. Is there anything else in this? Nope, it's just a very heavy box. Yeah, okay. They wanted to know if I could support it in some way, and I was like, of course, I'd be happy to talk about it, which I'm doing right now. But then I also plan on doing a full video talking about Games for Good and what it does. But they also said, can we send you something to put on your shelf in the background? And I said, absolutely you can. So this will be going on the background of my set in some capacity to highlight and help promote Games for Good. What can you do to support Games for Good? We'll talk about that in a future video. I plan on going more into like what ways can you actually support it other than just general awareness? So I'll go into that when I do a full video talking about the charity, how the companies run, how Shadowborn Games run, the various good that has been done, and then what you can do on your end to help be a part of, well, good. Games for good. Gamers for good. Games for good. All that. So we'll put this over here. The first, or do you want to put it on the set behind me now? No, because I need to work on the light and positioning. I'll put it on the set behind me at some point. Okay, what is this box? This box is from... No idea. I mean, I recognize the name. I see the name. I read the name. I don't recognize the name. So, and I'm only reading things out if like something that I'm comfortable. Like I don't mind saying I have a game from what was the company? Board and Dice, because that's a company name. But an individual's name, I'm not going to read it out if I don't know, you know, where it could, what the point is. Okay. Haha. This is an eBay purchase. So I got my hands on some Bunny Kingdom, although there is a little bit of a dent here, which I don't love, and I don't remember that being in the eBay listing. I will have to double check that. Because that definitely... Oh, no. Oh, no. On the one hand, I don't remember it being on the eBay listing. On the other hand, that happened. So now I feel bad for the seller. But I have to figure out how to handle that. I should file a claim with UPS. I'm going to get him some information. Anyways, my kids have been playing a bunch of Bunny Kingdom recently and shared with a friend who wanted it. But unfortunately, this is an out-of-print game that's very hard to get your hands on. The expansion in particular is very expensive. I want to take a look at the card quality, but the cards look good. This looks great. I'm going to sleeve this right away. But yeah, this is basically, I already have this game. I already have both the base game and the expansion. But this was to source a copy for somebody else. So Bunny Kingdom, it's a great game. Fun fact, while I was actually at UKGE, they were showing Bunny Kingdom Duel. And I asked them if we can make another expansion for Bunny Kingdom because my kids would love that. I would love that. My kids also would love that. And they were like, no. They're like, no, it has not sold well enough to justify another expansion. And I'm like, if it sold well enough to justify Bunny Kingdom and Duel, you can justify another expansion for the game. Richard Garfield can get on that. He doesn't seem like that busy of a guy. Anyways, moving on to the next box over here. This is from Purple Lantern Games. Why do I know that name? I feel like, oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. This is a crowdfunding campaign that we covered in the past, and it looks like this is the production copy of it. Let me make sure that it is what I think it is. It is indeed what I think it is. So, this is a game called The Presents, okay? The Presents over here, we covered this crowdfunding campaign a while ago, and now The Presents has arrived, which is nice because I've seen pretty positive things about the game so far, so intrigued to dive into it in the final version because we only covered the prototype, The Presents from Purple Lantern Games. Which brings us down to one box to go through. Let's take a look and see what this is. This is from... No idea. Again, another no idea. It looks like it's a long pack, it looks like, so I guess that's the address, but I don't see anything that tells me what it is. So it's probably a prototype. The question is, which prototype is it? Let's take a look and see. We have... Oh, I'm excited for this one. I am excited for this one. This is Echobound. Okay, I am actually very excited for this one. This is a prototype. This is from Open Owl Studios. Long story short, they asked me to cover the game, and more I've tried to be a bit more conservative with what I cover because I'm always excited to cover things until they show up and they're on my shelf, and now they have to go against everything else that's there. So I told them, I was like, I know I've covered your games in the past, but like, if you show it to me on TTS, maybe. Otherwise, I think I'm just bowing out. Like, these open world, larger games, there's only so much I can have. I want to be more particular. And they showed it to me on TTS. And I did like it. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the best game ever. But it seemed incredibly accessible. It seemed very easy to get into and dive into. And that was fun for me. So actually, color me the most excited between Entropy and Echobound. Probably Echobound, because I've played Echobound. Entropy is like, it looks cool, but like, it's another Euro. Is it going to be amazing? Maybe. Sometimes Euros are amazing, sometimes less so. But Echobound, I want to dive into this one. This weekend would be nice, because, well, I want to. That's why. Because it's a lot of fun. So I hope to be diving into this weekend, but also, I just came back from being away for 9 days, so realistically, I need to take a look at my, all the stuff I need to do, and see what I'm going to make the most time for. But this would be fun. What's in here? What's in here? Let's see what's in here. We got the box. We got these. The art's great over here. I mean, this is a prototype, so it's not like, you know, whatever. Do we have miniatures in here? I don't even know if there's miniatures in here. Are there supposed to be miniatures? This is like cards, I assume. Okay, we'll figure this out. I'll dive into this on my time, and we'll go from there. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this short look at the things that I had waiting for me when I got home, as well as the things I brought back with me from UKG. And as always, I hope you have a good one.